Hello, guys, and welcome to World Cricket Fans Dugout. I am Varun, your host for today, and I'm well excited to be hosting the first show of mine on the WCF page. So, right now, we have four other panelists here. First is Basha, second is Romit, two brilliant MI fans, Madhur, and Sandy Paji. So, first of all, talking about the first game. Rajasthan Royals, first of all, they did a pretty good job, I think, bowling, especially Mustafizur Rahman, those kind of pitches and with that kind of bowler, he's absolutely brilliant. So first of all, Paji, what do you think after such great performance in the bowling side? You failed in the batting side. So what happened there with your team?
We just messed around with the combination, which we never had to do. Evan Lewis, we don't know why he didn't play. It could be injury, it could be resting. I don't know. But then you play Liam Livingston as your opener. That was a crazy decision because Liam Livingston is, vital at the number 4 position after Sanju. So you either bring Sanju up and put Liam Livingston as 3, or you drop Parag and you play Manan Vora. That was the option. I would have definitely gone for the Manan Vora option and opening the innings, and then you would have all the rest of the batting could have stayed the same. But yeah, it was just a poor batting display from our batsmen. I think where we lost I think it was a 140 score, and for them to get the 154. I think once they got 150, I think mentally that was a good thing for them to do, and they saw it. They easily saw it at home, and the only credit for us was Sanju got some batting practice. Other than that, our batting was truly awful. And if Parag stays in the next game, I'd be very very shocked because he looks shocking.
Yeah. Well, now going to you, Romit. Were you surprised not to see Unadkat playing in place of Parag, the Lord Unadkat? First of all, Parag, he's very very inconsistent. Like for almost the past 2 or 3 years, he gives one performance, and then he's dead all the time on the field. So, your opinions on this?
Yeah, I wanted to see Unathkat here because it was see how Fizz was so successful with the slower cutters and all. And Unathkat is a similar type of bowler who can bowl the slower ones well. So he could have clicked well. But apart from Unathkat, I feel Shivam Dube could have been given a chance because he's a fast bowling all rounder. When Parag didn't perform, then you could have Shivam Dube. We know Shivam Dube's hitting capability. Maybe he hasn't shown up that well, but in this type of matches, he could have clicked and you could have had a good extra batsman and also a fast medium bowler, and he can also bowl the slower one with a medium pace also. So that's why I think better than Unathkat, Shivam Dube could have been there in the squad today. And as Paji mentioned, we don't know about Lewis, why was he dropped? And then again, we don't know about Morris, why was he dropped? Just one bat doesn't make you a bad player. So that's why the team combination may have looked wrong for Rajasthan today because as we see, they were so good with their bowling performance, one restricting such a strong batting side of Delhi to 154. The batting was awful and which made them suffer today. Sanju Samson, yes, he played a good knock, but I don't feel that he was that responsible because when you were losing the wickets at one end, then he could have taken the charge for the aggressor and asked the other batsman just to play till the end because he was set. He knew how the ball was coming and he could have actually hit for the six, go for the boundaries. That's why I feel there's some problem with the team also, and also the approach by the batsman today for Rajasthan Royals. It went bad because otherwise the bowling was brilliant for Rajasthan. The batting made them suffer today.
See, that's a good point Romit has made there. The thing is, where it went wrong was had we played Shivan Dubey and you got a 150 score, you can afford to play him as an opener, and he could easily see the main thing today was to outsee the power play and not lose too many wickets. And we do what we normally do is we lose 3 wickets in the power play, and we did that today, and that's why we lost. So what you needed to do, you had that a lowest score. You could have easily played 2 defensive batsmen up the top, and that should have been either Parag. If Parag was in the team, why not playing up top? He likes taking his time anyway. He could have seen out Noche and Avesh's first thing, and then we would have been in the game. But it was poor. It was poor, and I would rather have Shivam Dube in the team than Parag any day.
Yeah. I guess in my opinion, I would say that Livingston opening has just messed up the Ara's batting. First, I think he is not that great of an opener. Maybe in I think 2018, I saw him play as an opener for Rajasthan Royals. But this time around, he's a complete middle order batsman, as you see in the 100 and some
Yeah.
other tournaments. So I think that a bit messed up the batting order. Now going to you, Madhur, a very, very DC fan, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of Shreyas Iyer comeback? First of all, after sitting down for 6 months, with an injury, how do you feel of his comeback? First of all, because first against SRH, he proved his worth. He put a very good score, on his name and onto the board. And again, today, during the first inning. So, how do you feel about Shreyas Iyer?
Yeah, actually, good to be back. I watch shares here because we see in if phase one, Delhi likely to go with Steve Smith, and Steve Smith nothing doing nothing. He only plays. मतलब वो एक बड़ी पारी नहीं खेल पा रहे थे, मेरा कहने का ये मतलब. So after coming injury, Shreyas is very in good form. He played against SRH very good now today in Royals. So I think Shreyas will जैसा मतलब कंसिस्टेंसी अपनी आगे मैच के लिए बनाए रखें.
Yes, Varun, and he was right there because Shreyas Iyer, he doesn't look like he's been away. His timing is really good. The partnership with Pant was fantastic, and that basically got them to the 150 score. I know they scored the runs at the end, but you know something, we hats off to Shreyas, and he's knocking on the door for the India selection now.
Yeah, I guess he's a standby player for the T20 World Cup, right, for India at the
Yeah,
moment. Yeah.
yeah,
So I think he would be a good pick if someone gets injured. And first of all, I think the Iyer, the last name Iyer is working out really well in the IPL so far. Venkatesh Iyer and Shreyas Iyer, both are in completely good form. So I think Iyer is a special name for them. And now going to you, Bashya. First of all, looking at Sanju Samson, why not just rather look at the whole RR team? All are, I can say, one-time performers. So all the 11 for 11 games, one match performer. So, how do you think of this? Because first of all, Sanju Samson, he has performed today. But in the next match, do you think he would perform? Because inconsistency has always been his problem.
Yes, I would agree with you. He is inconsistent. So, to be very honest, the RR needs a right balance. They were lucky to win the last game. I don't know how Karthik Tyagi pulled that over off. Otherwise, there nowhere Rajasthan was going to win. So even you expect few of your players to perform when you see consistently. Just forget about Sanju Samson. You see your middle order batsmen, lower order batsmen. They're clicking in one game out of five. So that that's not going to help you win the what. Forget about the tournament, about the game as well. So really, they need to regroup themselves. If they need to drop a certain players, they have to. Parag is not such a what do you say, a very multi-star kind of a player. He's not performing. I think if he would have been in say some other team, he would have been dropped after two games as well. I don't know. It's really kindful of Rajasthan's management, or he should be thanking them. Touching their feet daily, that he's still getting chance to play. The
Basha
main I
is
the
Basha,
the,
it's
the
all
main,
about social media. It's all about social media. Ryan Parag is up social media player. So without him play, you probably lose, 500,000 fans on your social media hits if he doesn't play. So maybe that is what the management think. But it's true. What
yeah.
you've just said is very true because we were talking to Varun about Sunrisers, and you can't see Riem Parag, their player, Riem Gag. He doesn't get a game. Abhishek doesn't get a game. And then, Abdul Samad doesn't get a game. So, these are good players, but they are better than Parag, and they can't get games. But Parag is the mainstay of Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah,
But,
even Romit will also agree with me. Siddesh lad got two games, and he didn't click, and he was sold very next season. So Ara needs to look, and yes, promoting Liam Livingstone was I would say a very biggest mistake of their today's match, because he's not an opener. Come on, he plays fourth down or a fifth down. So even Shivam Dubey has to come in. They have to fit him somewhere. Maybe Parag needs to, he really needs to sit, and from there he can do his selfie actions or whatever he wants to.
Yeah, so there's a lot of controversial things going on with RR at the moment. But now going to you, Jaydeep. Welcome to the show, first of all. So your question is, first of all, what went wrong with the Rajasthan Royals? I asked them. I asked it to Sandy Paji as well. Like what went wrong with Rajasthan Royals? After a good bowling performance, you went back down. So what was the flaw in your opinion?
Yeah, first of all, I think nothing went wrong till the first innings. It was all going our way till the first innings. The bowlers did exceptionally well. I was thinking that we're going to miss Chris Morris in this innings, that's for sure. But the way the bowlers performed was absolutely brilliant. And I would rate Mustafizur Rahman again very high because he did what no one was expecting to restrict DC at a total which is considered as a low score. So, which was really great from the bowling department of the team. I was really looking forward to Tabraiz Shamsi. He failed today, unfortunately. But if you look at the foreign strength or the number of foreign players we had today, see, we had Liam Livingston, then we had David Miller, then we had Tabraiz Shamsi and Mustafizur Rahman. Mustafizur Rahman, as I already explained, that he did well for us. Although I would say that he was the only one who did well for us in the overseas strength, because we all know that the overseas strength is that much required in a team, that they maintain the balance of Indian and the overseas to make a team look strong. And when you have three overseas flops, Liam Livingston flopped, then David Miller flopped, then of course Tabraiz Shamsi had 30-35 runs, almost 30-35 runs in his in his quota of 4 overs. So I cannot consider that a good performance. So when you have three overseas flop, the performance cannot considered as a good performance. But kudos to Sanju Samson. He really saved our nose because we if Sanju Samson had not scored, we might have been gotten a score of maybe under 100. But it was great that he scored some runs, and also it was good to see that Sanju Samson is back in form. He has scored 350 odd runs in this season so far, so which is great signs for RR. But I would say that overseas strength really need to come up to the occasion, prove themselves, and names like Liam Livingston, who were really amazing in the 100 league, and David Miller, obviously playing for South Africa in the recent series, they all are in good forms. So I request, or I just want them to perform at this stage, so RR can do some good in this season of the tournament.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think they really need to sort out their overseas problems. Just like SRH, now we're going to the SRH versus PBKS match discussion. So, first of all, the toss has been done, the teams have been revealed, and as a SRH fan, I am completely disgusted by our XI. All right, just see this. Warner Saha Williamson. Fine with that. Manish Pandey, Kedar Jadhav, these two guys, I just want to go out and kick my TV and throw it out of my balcony. Literally, after seeing the last game, yeah, I don't even want these two guys to be in my XI. Kedar Jadhav, he has not been in form since 2019. Okay, 200 plus runs in some 250 plus balls. He played with a strike rate of under 90 or 80. This guy is completely disgusting in form, and they still somehow play him. Garg, he was pretty good in the practice matches. All right, Abhishek Sharma, he can give you the spin option, and he's an attacking batsman if you play him in the middle order or opening. Instead of these two guys, even Suchit was an option, but instead of these three guys, they went for Kedar Jadhav, some experience squad. If you have the name, the World Cup player name, your team is a very good team. I think that's what they're looking at. I said this, before the show. They are only sitting there in the VIP seats eating samosas and peanuts. That's how they're doing right now. Sitting at the bottom of the table doing nothing. 5 years, we were at top of the table and somehow Baileys just comes, peanut samosa, oh wow, free. That's it. I'm completely disgusted by this. Now going to Punjab's XI, it looks pretty much okay, but again, they don't have the batting depth in them. Now Chris Gale is back. Good signs for Punjab Kings, as he knows how to attack Rashid Khan. He has very, very good stats against Rashid Khan. And but again, looking at Deepak Huda, he can play that low. We saw him for SRH. He played at like 6 or 7. He's usually like a top order batsman, like 3 or 4. So I don't expect him to play that well of a innings. And again, as I said, they don't have the batting depth. I don't know how they can rely on Ravi Bishnoi, Shami, and Brar. They won't even give a minimum of 10 runs to them, I feel, after looking at the last game against SRH versus Punjab Kings. Now, I don't even want to speak about SRH, but I should. So first of all, the same Sharjah track as RCB versus CSK. Do you guys think it'll be a high-scoring game, or will it just be like the similar kind of score which RCB put on the first innings? Let's go with the JD first.
I think it's not going to be a high scoring game because, as we've seen yesterday, that the pitch is not going according to the batsman's favor. The pitch is slow. This is basically a strategy. They want to keep the pitch fresh for the T20 World Cup. So they are preparing type of pitches which are usually slow and bowling supported. So I feel this is not going to be high scoring. One thing which I would like to mention for the Punjab Kings, that Punjab Kings management has one big problem with them. They lose one game, they change the complete XI. Last game we've seen Adil Rashid was there. I don't think he has done any bad for them. He had, although he didn't get any wickets, but his economy rates were good. Then you had I think in the middle order, they dropped Nicholas Pooran. Is Nicholas Pooran there?
He's playing.
Yeah,
He's playing.
he's playing.
Then Nicholas Pooran was there. Then Gale, of course, Gale was required. Then you let in Nathan Ellis. So many changes are not required to be done. You have to back your team. I don't think PBKS lost the last match. It was all the Karthik Tyagi show that made PBKS lost the last match. But that 11 was completely fine. I don't see any changes required. But the way management does, the way management don't back their players, which is really important thing in terms of an IPL franchise, is disgusting. So PBKS really needs to look on this, and if they don't, if they continue doing these type of things, they are not going to get any sort of success in this season or the upcoming season.
Pretty strong points made there about PBKS. Now, going to SRH, first of all, first of all, I thought SRH would try Garg in for Jadhav. Not gonna happen anyway. As I said, they're only there to eat peanuts. But will Rashid Khan SRH trump card make any difference on this pitch? Because first of all, it's a batting paradise, and according to me, I think this is mostly like a Pacers pitch. Looking at last year, 2020, it really helped Jason Holder, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Sandeep Sharma, these kind of bowlers. But spinners, I don't really see them performing well. But Rashid Khan, we all know he can perform in any kind of pitch. So Paji, going to you, do you think he might perform this game? Is he going to be SRH's trump card, or are you expecting some kind of batsman or another pacer to be?
The thing with Rashid Khan is he holds up one end. So if you can get another bowler doing the same on the other end, then he becomes double effective. So he's that type of bowler. So whether the pitch is spinning or not spinning, if you have two bowlers on the same, with the same economy where are hard to hit, and Rashid Khan is one of those bowlers, then you will see a lot of mistakes from the batsman. Again, today, what we will see is if Rashid Khan takes 1 wicket, he'll probably end up taking 3 wickets. and that will then put Punjab under a lot of pressure. As I said, the problem with Punjab is the Bangalore connection up the top. That is the big problem for Punjab, because what they have to do is put friendship aside, see what is good for the team. Either drop KL to five, yeah, open with Gale, because you should really open with Gale, and then you've got one person defending on one side, and then you've got Gale, yeah. And now they've got Aidan Markham, another opener. Where does Aidan Markham fit into the team? So really, that's for Punjab. But for SRH, it's important that Warner gets the innings in, and it's important that the bowling unit bowls at a unit as a unit. Otherwise, Rashid Khan will be less effective on this pitch. Again, I totally agree with you on Kedar Yadav. Although he's lost some weight, it looks like he's lost some weight. He may not be eating peanuts and samosa. He might not be eating those peanuts and samosa, like you said. And I think what will happen today is Kedar Yadav and Ryan Parag will play their both last games, and they should not be seen near the next 11 again.
Completely agree with that last point, first of all. So now going to you, Bashia, do you see any flaws in the Punjab Kings XI? Because as I said, they don't have the batting depth. But other than that, do you see any other flaws?
Experience, the biggest flaw that I want to say. If I'll, this is a fresh example. Just look at the last match. If there would have been many experienced player like MS, Suresh, say suppose from any other team like Rohit as well, they would have made those runs. But they weren't able to make those runs. Yes, batting is one of their biggest flaw, but even to and some extent, yeah, it's bowling also. You can't rely heavily on Mohammad Shami always. He comes up in the death overs or say middle of the overs, he gives you like five runs in an over. A wicket is a bonus. You can't every time expect that. So you really need to have a strong bowling unit as well. When you compare to their batting side, it's KL, it's Mayank, it's Gale, finished. There's no one. Then other ones are like they'll come, they'll hang around for 5-10 balls, they'll score 6-7 runs, and they'll just leave. So that is not acceptable.
Yeah, big point made there. Now going to Madhur. So first of all, PBKS and SRH record is 12-5 with the advantage of SRH. So should that affect the player's mindset? And they're not impressive this season as well. They might have had maybe one or two good matches, but since then they have they're at seventh now, they're going down again. So should this affect the player's mindset?
Yeah, surely this affect the player's mindset because we saw SRH that how they're performing in this season, or I think if they've lost this match, they are already out of the season. So mathematically will not save them. And Punjab King, and we see Punjab King that how they when they play match, they play good, but at the end they lost. So this match will be a कांटे के
Beneficial.
टक्कर है.
All right,
Yeah,
so
Varun,
looks
and
like
this is an interesting point, as I said, he just made there. The problem is Punjab Kings, I think, outplayed Rajasthan Royals to the 18th over. When the thing is, a lot of Rajasthan fans, they might disagree with this. That game was won in Mustafiz's 19th over, and then Karthik Tyagi finished the job. So if you look at Karthik Tyagi today, he was back to normal today. His 10 per over, that's what he was going for. And whereas in the last in the last match, Punjab Kings played well to right at the end. And what they should have done, which I would have done if I was the manager, I would have promoted Harpreet Bar to come in when they needed the last few runs, because he has a long ball in him. And he's definitely a left-hander, which would have been really, really good for Punjab to bowl again. I was more worried about them playing Harpreet Brar than Deepak Hooda. So that was when I said Brar must come in. Brar must come in. And for me, I was glad that he didn't. Otherwise, we would have lost that game as well. But if you look at Punjab, say there is something wrong, and the problem is again the Bangalore connection. You have the Bangalore manager in Kumble. You have the Bangalore openers in Mayank and KL. You have the ex-Bangalore in Chris Gale. You have the ex. They've got rid of what's his name again, Maxwell to Bangalore. So the relationship between Bangalore and Punjab is so similar. They even got the same uniform, for heaven's sake. So choking is in their DNA. Choking is in their DNA.
Oh my God.
Uh,
This is a point I think that we made during the starting of the season when Punjab Kings released their jersey picture.
yeah.
All right, so looks like the match has started. So we're now gonna go to the final questions. Last
Yeah.
two questions. So I'm gonna go first to Jaideep. Jaideep, who do you think will win this match, SRH or PBKS?
I think SRH will win this match, or I want rather SRH should win this match because if Punjab Kings wins, then there is one more competitor ready to set us down in the points table. So I want a SRH win, and SRH are really having a drought of victories. So I really want a victory for them, at least a consolation victory, so that they can get their lost confidence back.
Haji, going to you. Who do you think will win this game?
I am going for a Punjab victory. I think, to be fair, they are better in form. It'll be interesting to see Chris Gayle as well, the Punjabi daddy, to see if he can get the daddy innings. I'd like to see that. And what I think is, if Sunrisers, for them, a defeat is good because they need to start from scratch. And unfortunately, on paper, they have the best management group. But unfortunately, the head coach, Trevor Bayliss, who won the World Cup with England, he needs to go. He's past his prime and he needs to go. And I think Warner needs to go as well. And you keep Kane as your captain. And, that would be good for you guys. But let's see. Lord Puja didn't work today, Vanata. It did work. But Lord Unadkat was angry because he was not playing. That's why the puja didn't work. I'll be honest with you. I was angry too when Lord Unadkat was not playing because I thought he would be given a game today, and he didn't even come on the pitch. I didn't even see him come on the pitch. Like when the game changed against Punjab, Lord Unadkat brought the holy water onto the pitch, and that's why Rajasthan Rose won that game. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, now going to the last question. Who is your man of the match, Jaideep?
I think David Warner, because I'm really looking forward for David Warner to score some runs, because as the SRH is drought of victories, Warner is drought of runs. So I want David Warner to score some runs, and I want to see him playing with that kind of form that he used to be in his heydays.
Let's hope the beard helps him to score some runs today. Now, Haji, last question to you. Who is your man of the match?
Harpreet Brar. Definitely Harpreet Brar. I think he's fine cricketer, left-handed spinner. Might be a lot of problems in the ball. And with the bat, he will rescue Punjab today, and he will do the celebration, which I love as well. So, Gabbar celebration. So, I'm going for Harpreet Brar.
All right, thank you guys for joining us. Please stay safe.
Thank you, Varun. You got a brilliant host. Keep it up. Come on, Ori. Yeah. Come on, Punjab. Come on, Punjab.
All right. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.